Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations, and I'm doing kind of a journal with me thing. What I'm trying to do is I want to create a page to commemorate my Valentine's dinner with my husband last night. And I want to do something that looks a little bit like this page. This page is a page that I did for a day I had last week with my son, my youngest son Matthew, and we went to Noodles and Company as well as going to see the Lego movie. And yes, this kiddo is 19 and he wanted to go see the Lego movie, so we had kind of a mother-son day. It was a lot of fun. So now I want to create another page that's going to remind me of my date with my husband. So we went to a really great restaurant in Colorado Springs called Coquette's Bistro, and it is 100% gluten-free, so I can eat there safely. That's the really awesome thing. So while we were there, I was able to get gluten-free pickles, fried pickles, yum! So what I'm using to print these pictures out is this little gadget. It's called the Canon Ivy, and it's obviously made by Canon. It's a little printer that prints out these little tiny pictures. Isn't that cool? I love it. And I've been using that to go into these. These come out, they actually have a sticky back. So you could just glue it down like this, or we can peel the back off, which is what I'm going to do, and print that in and put that actually into my journal. So this is a great little and this is not a paid advertisement. This is the one I chose because I wanted something that printed pictures, that was made by a well-known company. We love our Canon printers, so I wanted to go with a Canon again. It's lightweight and portable. I can take it with me if I choose to go travel and put pictures in that way, as well as it prints really beautifully. It prints all in one shot. Some printers actually, they print layers. The pictures are sealed, so if they even got a little bit damp or wet, they're not going to deteriorate or be ruined. So to me, that was kind of important. So this is my Canon Ivy. It's really great. So let me show you some of the things that I have to do some layering with. I grabbed all kinds of great little pieces of paper and scraps and things of that nature that I had left over from a variety of different projects, and we'll use some of those today. I grabbed a couple of quotes. This one says, most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. And this one says, it's my experience that you can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will. Don't know if we'll use those. This one says, daring to dream. This one says, reminisce. This one says, felicity. This one, what does this one say? Chronicle. This one says, in the end, all we are is memories. Time is too precious to squander. Live today, lest tomorrow never comes. And then I also grabbed, just for fun, this is a paper, the Happy Planner, one of the just big sticker sheets. And so it does have planner pages in it, but I mostly just use it for these stickers, and I think I'm probably going to use something like Love Us out of here, or We Rock, or Laughing. So these are different things I may grab and use as well. Let's get started. I want to just grab one more thing because, oops, I'm a firm believer in distressing everything. So I need my inks and my distress pad, and we'll figure that out in a minute. So the first thing we need to do is figure out what we want to use. And it was Valentine's Day, so I'm thinking we may need some of this kind of paper. And then, will this be the right size to go behind something like that? Ooh, that will be. So I may use some of that. We could layer a piece there. Excuse me. Let's see. I love this. This was printed out from Nick the Booksmith, and she has a lot of these pages, so I printed that out. Maybe we'll put that. Nope. I don't think that's going to work as well. These papers all came out of the same paper pack and have been copy dyed, so I think I'm going to stick with these. And let's go with, I have 2 pictures I want to get on here. So I think we're going to do something along that line. And maybe we'll move this over and cover up that stitching. Well, let's start with this. So I'm going to just tear a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom. And then we're going to ink around it. I think to get this to really, oh, I know what I want to do. I'm going to use the black soot. Where's that? Because a lot of people don't use the black soot, but I want to use the black soot on this one because I think that will be really cool. So I am just going to ink up my pad really well and go right around this real quickly. Oh yeah, I like the black soot. I really don't use it as much. I tend to use my vintage photo or my walnut stain. But sometimes the black soot is just what we need. And I know some people say it's soot. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. I pronounce it one way. I'm sure someone will say that's wrong and they have a different way. And sometimes that's just one of those things where it is, regional. So it's not necessarily right or wrong. And I don't know why I do this. I always want to unscrew the wrong part of my glues. I'm using the Beacon 3-in-1 again. It's a little bit less expensive than the Fabrifix. It works great with paper. And it's a couple of dollars less expensive. So I like using it when I'm just working with paper and not fabric. So I'm going to glue this up and we're going to stick it down. And I really find that the way to really do this kind of journaling is to not spend too much time thinking about what you're doing. I can spend hours agonizing over what I'm going to put where, and then nothing ever gets stuck down. I love doing something across the bottom. So I'm going to do this. Let's see, let's do something about there. Let's ink this up again. So we're going to get this inked up. Oh, hang on, I'm going to close something real quick. That's getting in the way of my seeing what I'm doing. There we go. And we're going to ink this up real quick as well. I can't get over how well this black soot is working. I love that. So now that's properly grunged up. We're going to glue this down. I like that. That needs to slide over just a wee bit. So now we have that on the bottom and that there. And I want to use this tissue paper, so I'm thinking we'll just glue that in the middle. Let's grungy this up a little bit too, so it doesn't quite blend in with everything. There is just something about the sound of coffee dyed tissue paper. I love that sound. To me, that is just too fun. I can crinkle this paper all day. So we just kind of grunged up the edges again on this, and we're going to glue this down. Now for this glue will tend to show behind it, and I don't want it to, oops, wrong thing. I don't want it to really show. So I'm going to just use, this is a Scotch Create glue stick, permanent glue stick. This stuff is great also for different paper projects that you're doing. And I like that I can kind of cover the whole thing. The other thing I found is that if you're using things like let's put this here. If you're using things like the receipts that are heat printed and heat activated, it tends not to discolor it. When I use the acetone on it, that discolored. Now for the pictures, we simply peel the back off like this, and there's a sticky back to it, and we simply, I think I'm going to stick this down kind of here because I want this picture up here. Ooh, perfect. So now we're going to just peel the back off of this as well. You can see how easily those backs come off. And now I want to add a few words to this. I was going to add, I think, time is too precious to squander. We're going to definitely use that one. And I'm just going to, maybe I'll just try tearing around this real quickly. I think I can do this. And just tear off just a tiny bit instead of the whole thing. This is kind of hard to do. My finger here is still recovering from when I slammed it in a car door several months ago, and I don't have full use of it yet. So I've become pretty creative in how I can get things done. If you've ever injured a finger, you know what I'm going through. Suddenly that finger becomes the most important thing and you have no way to use it. And so it's like, I need to use this very carefully. It is healing beautifully though. Thank you for asking. So it is getting better all the time and no need to worry about it. So I figured this was going to be an issue with trying to, I did not give myself a lot of room to tear on the bottom. So this is taking a little bit longer because I'm trying to go slowly and not tear into the word part or tear totally off the page like I just did. So this part can take a little bit longer. Take your time if you're doing that. And then I think I'm going to just do that. And of course, we're going to grungy this up again. I find this easiest to do holding it, but some people like to lay it down and do it maybe on a piece of parchment paper or something that you use, maybe a piece of cardboard that you use to keep things from messing up your workspace. So we're going to do, let's put that one right in the middle there. I like that. Oops, I have a bubble. I need a little piece of paper towel to get rid of that. And sometimes I find it to get that to stop happening, I'll open my bottle, squeeze it a little bit, and then suck all that glue back down in. And then that stops it. But when it starts to get thick, I find I need to add more acetone. When it gets too thick, it will start to bubble like that. And this doesn't need a lot of glue. So I'm just kind of squiggling it all over the place. And we're going to put this, oh, you know what? I just changed my mind. We're going to put it down here. Time is too precious to squander. Reminisce. This one I'm going to put here, I think. And I'm not going to tear all the way around it, but I want it to look kind of even. So I'm just going to tear that little bit and that little bit. Let's ink around the edge of this as well, so it kind of stands out. We'll glue this one down in the middle. I like that. So let's see if I can get my glue to come out now. There it is. Put that down. Let's put this one kind of in the middle here. And then I do want to use one of these stickers. And I am debating, oh, best friends forever. I love us. Well, he is my best friend. so I'm thinking, let's go with the best friends forever. That'll be a little bit of pop of color, and I think this will pick up pretty nicely on some of the colors that we're using in here. And let's just pop this right above the picture. So there you go. I now have my journal page to remember our Valentine's Day dinner and my fried pickles with. Well, I hope I have encouraged you to be creative today, and I also hope that you have maybe gotten some ideas that will help you to do some things. I do recommend the Canon Ivy. However, there are so many of them out there now. I also recommend you look at all of the reviews, do some comparisons, find out what's going to work best for you and your journaling. And so I hope this has encouraged you. Like I said earlier, I hope I've encouraged you to be creative today.